I was the last of 26 grandchildren. Basically, my sister left me the Stones and the Beatles and the Strawberry Alarm Clocks, the Turtles, and that's my earliest memories of living on a peanut farm till I was 11 years old in Nowhere, Texas. Heard ZZ Top for the first time with Tush, and I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and that just did it for me. That's where that boogie started. Bass playing to me is instilled. If you listen to the great bass players, they don't step on the vocal. At the same time, you can incorporate the riff into what you're doing, keeping the low end really, really tight. You just have to lock in, because that way it gives everybody time to shine, the guitar player and the singer, and then that makes the song. John Paul Jones, to me, was the epitome of that kind of style of bass playing. You know, when I first moved into the big city, after I was 11 years old, I remember listening to Masters of Reality, and it was in my back pocket, man, the 8-track. And if you listen to Geezer, he's keeping it down, but the riffs that he came up with were just insane. Growing up and listening to that kind of stuff, and then taking that and making it into something different, you know, and it was a process. Music to me is about camaraderie with someone that you make something really special with. Dom and I, you know, we from a young age, we kind of taught each other how to play. But of course we were playing cover songs, and once we finally got our foot in the door with a major label, that's when the real work began. Without those days in the clubs and playing those, you know, 6 nights a week, 3 to 4 sets a night, you know, that's really what made us tight. I met the Abbott brothers in Pantera. Their dad had a studio, so we were privy to sitting in that front couch in front of the board and watching all these blues greats come in from everywhere. It was one of those where just the chemistry between us. I remember, I can remember when Dime didn't hardly even know a bar chord. And then he went into his bedroom for about a year and came out this prodigy. He was so gifted in so many different ways of how he would, like, you know, pull off of a string before you picked it. You know, this kind of this weird feel, and that's what made it unique. You know, we had that stop and that boogie, but we just played it extremely fast. You know, I found these Ernie Ball cobalt strings. As a bass player, they're the most consistent that I've played in quite a while. Got like the slinky vibe, but it's got the meat to it, you know? It kind of harkens back to exactly what I need for the sound I'm looking for. It's not too bright, not too round. You know, I do a lot of slurs. For me, that's very important because it comes back in tune. When you pull off of something, you're bending it and you pull off and hit that one note, it just sings through, and then you have sustain for days. You know, I just came to Nashville about a year ago. It just brought a new focus into my life. So I've spent the last year putting together this record. I don't care if people love it or hate it. I hope both. It just feels like home to me. I don't want to go anywhere else. You know, I'll sit up here and write lyrics, or I'll come up with a different change here or whatever, and I can just be by myself or listen to a piece of vinyl and go, wow. And I don't like to be influenced when I'm recording at all. This is the room that kind of kind of got into it. And then you go down and you perform it. It's a totally different situation. So. Know what it feels to worry. Does anyone know what it feels to cry? Are we never gonna stop and make it right? No, it's just a matter of time. For me, the energy you get from going out there and looking at a fan and getting that energy back. You know, you're putting out a lot on stage, and then, you know, especially over the years, I mean, I played anywhere from 8 people in a club to over 1 million in Moscow. You know, we would be green coming off that bus. Me and Dom, arm in arm, going, dude, you got another one in you? You know, after 5 straight. Yeah, we do. And we would make that happen. And I still feel that same way today. If you don't have that drive and that, you know, doesn't matter what you're feeling or anything else, those people pay damn good money to come see you. But I'm not gonna shoot fire out of my ass or, you know, blow lasers out of, you know, my ears or anything else, you know. It's about music, man.